Sometimes I feel like a squirrel who hoards its food in its burrows and then hibernates there the entire winter. It's been a few months and we haven't been to school or college or even to my office. And we start the day in this lazy morning and the entire day tends to be unproductive. And every day we resolve that tomorrow we're going to have a more efficient morning. But we fail. But don't worry, so in today's video, I'm going to give you 3 things. The first is the daily morning routine of successful people and 6 easy peasy things for you to put into your morning routine. 2, we're going to talk about the 3 barriers to a good morning, and finally 3 easy morning hacks. But before that, did you know that when Bill Gates and Warren Buffett met for the first time, what transpired? Hey everyone, this is Chetna and you're watching ChetChat. And when Bill Gates and Warren Buffett met for the first time, it was when Bill had invited Warren over for dinner. And the 2 wealthiest men sat around a dining table along with Bill's parents and a few delicacies. And Bill's father casually asked them a question as to what they thought was the #1 reason for their success. And almost in chorus, they both said, focus. In fact, not only them, Albert Einstein has also quite famously said that I'm not smarter than anyone else, I just stick with the problems for longer. And what Bill and Warren meant by focus was their ability to develop these habits to help them form this daily routine, which enabled them to have more time and energy to focus on the important activities of their business. It is said that the first hour of the day determines the rest of it, and you always seem to have time to do things that you put first. So let's see what we can put into our morning routine, because 95% of what we do is out of habit. First, wake up with your alarm. Be bigger than your best excuse. Have you ever noticed that earlier when you had a plan to go out with your friends on a weekend, you would spring out of bed in the morning? So the trick is, before going to bed at night, think of something that you're going to do the next day which is important, exciting and meaningful. And certainly when the alarm rings, you're going to jump out of bed. At number 2 is exercise. An early morning walk in nature is invigorating. It not only gets the blood rushing to the brain, but it also gives you time for deep reflection and meditation. So how about you go out in the morning for a quiet walk without your phone? Spend some time looking at nature and also reflecting on your own breathing. And think about that #1 priority that you have for the day. What is that one thing that you want to do that's going to add up to a lot in the long term? And when you've done that for 15 minutes, for the balance 15 or 20 minutes, run back home. At number 3 is gratitude. Remember, you're part of something that's bigger than yourself. The Dalai Lama once said that when I wake up in the morning, I think that I'm fortunate to be alive. Remember that you're powerful and that one person can change the world. So be prepared to seize the day and make it count. At number 4 is lemon water and lots of water. I have about 3 to 4 glasses of water every morning. You could have the first one slightly lukewarm with lemon, follow it up with plain water or any other flavor that you like. Have a couple of glasses before you go for the walk and a couple of glasses after you come back. At number 5 is cold water bathing. Wim Hof, also known as Iceman and famous for his athleticism and several Guinness World Records, says that an early morning cold water bath will not only increase your alertness, your motivation levels, but also keep your stress levels lower. What else do we need in the morning? And at number 6 is reading. Slot about 30 minutes in the morning for reading. This could include reading a self-help book, maybe listening to an audiobook, or catching up on the news events of the previous day. Take in some positive and motivating thoughts and some great ideas to set yourself up for an energy-filled day. These days, I listen to an audiobook in the morning in the kitchen while I'm doing my cooking and cleaning. And now for the 3 barriers to a calm and focused morning. At number 1, no surprises, is looking at your mobile phone first thing in the morning. Mel Robbins, a famous American author and TV show host, says that perhaps the worst way to start your day is by looking at your social feeds. Instead of looking at what other people are doing or what they want you to do, how about you look at what you want to do for yourself? At number 2 is a scrambled bed. I feel less tempted to go right back into my bed once it's prepared, says everyone. It takes about 60 seconds for you to get your bed ready, so how about you straighten that out as soon as you wake up? And they say that if you want to change the world, how about you start by making your bed? And 3 is a long to-do list. There is no worse way to start your day than by looking at a long list of about 100 irrelevant and unimportant things to do. Instead, how about you make a list of one big to-do item and one big to-be item? Focus on being productive instead of being busy. A to-do item, for example in my case, could be writing a script of a video or maybe even shooting a video. A to-be item would be, what is the kind of person you want to be today? Happy, positive, cheerful, encouraging. Whatever is that quality that you want to cultivate in yourself, start by practicing it today. And now for the 3 morning hacks. At number 1 is an educational podcast. Let's say you need to go over an important concept or maybe read an important chapter. You can download a free podcast app, perhaps like a Google Podcast or maybe Spotify. And how about the night before, you download one podcast about this chapter and keep it ready on your phone. And in the morning, when you're doing your chores at home, you can switch on this podcast, which will not only give you a head start, but also perspective. The second hack is to just begin. Molly, a student at Cambridge University, says that when she has a large project or assignment to do on a particular day, she starts by writing just a few pages even before breakfast. And the act of beginning motivates your brain to want to complete that activity. So just begin. And it all starts with a good night. There can be no good morning unless you've had a good night's sleep. So get to bed on time. Keep your mobile phone outside your room. Stop looking at it for at least half an hour before you go to bed. And simple activities like washing your face and brushing your teeth prepare you to go to bed. And don't forget to make that exciting plan for the next day before you tuck yourself in. So I hope that helped you form a good daily morning routine and set you up for success. So please press that subscribe button and the bell icon right next to it. And also give us a thumbs up if you want us to make more study tips like this. And happy watching!